Very good evening to all, brothers and sisters in the Dhamma. Today is Thursday, 17 April 2025. As usual, we will be continuing our sharing from this book, Straight from the Heart, Unique Dhamma Code by me. We are at Unique Code 150. We completed 149 earlier. Okay, as usual, let us gather and have our physical puja. 南无本师释迦牟尼佛，南无本师释迦牟尼佛，南无本师释迦牟尼佛，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无药师佛，南无药师佛，南无药师佛，南无文殊菩萨。南无文殊菩萨，南无文殊菩萨，南无佛菩萨，南无佛菩萨，南无佛菩萨。阿拉汉萨玛萨布多巴嘎瓦，布当巴嘎วันตัง阿毗วาเดมิสวากาโตภะคะวะตาธัมโมธัมมังนะมัสสามิสุปฏิปันโนภะคะวะโตสาวกสังโฆสังฆังนะมามินะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะบุตตังสารนังกัจฉามิสารนังกัจฉามิสังฆังสารนังกัจฉามิดุติยัมปิบุตตังสารนังกัจฉามิดุติยัมปิธัมมังสารนังกัจฉามิดุติยัมปิสังฆังสารนังกัจฉามิตติยัมปิบุตตังสารนังกัจฉามิตติยัมปิธัมมังสารนังกัจฉามิตติยัมปิสังฆังสารนังกัจฉามิปานาติปาตาเวรมณีสิกขาปดังสมาธิยามิอาทินาดานาเวรมณีสิกขาปดังสมาธิยามิกาเมสุมิจฉาจาระเวรมณีสิกขาปดังสมาธิยามิมุสาวาทาเวรมณีสิกขาปดังสมาธิยามิสุราเมรยามัจจาปมาดัตตานะเวรมณีสิกขาปดังสมาธิยามิกันนาสารปฏิเทนะดิเปนะตมะดังสินะติโลกาดิปังสัมบุตตังปูจายามิตโมโนดังกันดาสัมบารายุเตนะดุเปนะหังสุขังหินะปูจาเยปูจานิยังตังปูจาปัจจานะมุตตมังวันนะกันดากุโนเปตังเอตังกสุมาสันตตินปูจายามิโมนินดาสสิริปาดาสารโรเฮปูเจมิบุตังกสุเมนาเนนะปุณเนนะมเตนะเชโหทุโมขัง ป Pupang milayati yatta idang me kayo tata yati vinasa bhavang adivase tu no bante paniyang parikapitang anukampang upadaya patigan hatu muttamang adivase tu no bante pale parikapitang anukampang upadaya patigan hatu muttamang adivase tu no bante Pujanang parikapitang anukampang upadaya patigan hatu muttamang. Now we shall chant the Puja aspiration based on our understanding of the significance of all this Puja offering. Significance of offering of light. May this offering of light to the Buddha brings forth the causes and conditions to illuminate our mind and help arise the needed clarity and understanding to dispel all darkness or ignorance therein. Significance of offering of water. May this offering of pure, clear, cool water lead us to the pure, clear Dhamma that cools and doses off the fires of all defilements within our mind. Significance of offering of incense. May our morality, virtue and understanding shine forth far and wide, just like the fragrance of this incense which we are offering to the Blessed One, who is perfect in wisdom and virtue. Significance of offering of fruits. May this offering of fruits remind us of the Dana Parami of generosity and the fruit of karma, so that we will diligently strive on with heedfulness to attain the path and fruition soon as possible. Significance of offering of flowers. May this constant offering of flowers to the Blessed One strengthen our faith and constantly remind us of the impermanence of this body, so that we will diligently and sincerely strive on to cultivate Sila, Samadhi and Panya, leading to ultimate liberation, the born-free Nibbana. Making of overall aspiration. By the power of these merits born of these offerings, may our spiritual faculty of Saddha, Virya, Sati, Samadhi and Panya be further strengthened until they become balas or powers. Sharing and transfer of merits to all beings. May these merits be shared and transferred to all beings without exception, especially to those who have the condition and affinity to receive them. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, let us pay respect to Puja. Bedang pujemi, Dhammang pujemi, Sanghang pujemi. Make full use of this session to develop the stability of inner awareness. So remember the four support to help you develop this inner awareness. The first three support are very simple, very easy, but you must understand what they are. First is just to relax body and mind. Relax means be at ease, no problem. Physically at ease, mentally at ease. So ability to relax is the first thing. Whatever happened to you, whatever mind state arise, relax into it. Feel yourself soothingly at ease and relaxed, like there is no issue with your body physically and mentally. Just free your mind, relax. Then naturally maintain awareness. When you maintain awareness, means no thought, then you will realize the silence. Maintaining awareness is not to create thinking, it's to be aware at the moment of sense experience. Our senses, the six types of sense bases, can give rise to the respective six types of sense door consciousness, where we are a conscious being with the senses. So upon contact of the senses with the sense data in our mind, the consciousness, it will trigger the respective sense door consciousness. That's why you can be conscious of what you hear, what you see, what you smell, what you taste, what you tactily feel and think. So these six sense bases, together with its respective six types of sense door consciousness, is what will arise at the moment of contact. That's why they are dependent originating, where without the causes and conditions, consciousness cannot arise. For consciousness to arise, there must be sense bases. There must be the consciousness trapped within, and there must be the appropriate sense data coming together. That's why it's dependent originating. So you silence your mind, relax, maintain awareness, and silence your mind. When you maintain awareness, there is no thought. Whatever arises at your sixth sense door, just aware, no need to know. Acknowledge it by being aware. Finish. Let it cease. So when you can just be aware, then maintain the silence. You will decondition your heedless thinking. Then there will be no more thought energy or curiosity for you to go and perceive, think, and allow the thought to manifest. They call it the heedless thinking or the proliferation of thought process. All this arises because you have been habitually developing it without you being aware of what is going on. So that conditioning, that habitual tendency has been there for so long. So awareness-based meditation is to reverse all this to an inner awareness. Just aware, then silent. Finish. Means relax, maintain awareness, and stay with the silent mind. Maintain the inner peace, inner calmness, and inner awareness. Stay with that mind. Don't try to know, don't try to do anything. When you can stabilize your awareness through this understanding, your true mind will arise, it will surface. Then you will realize that you have two minds. The pure awareness nature that is completely tranquil, still and silent without thought. And the other one is the creation from there, the arising of the aggregate of mind and the thinking, where your memories, which are your accumulated views, opinion, conditioning and belief system. So see the movement, then understand clearly how all these things come to be, how it arises and passes away, and how it stirs you into emotion, how fear, worry, anxiety, sorrow and lamentation come to be, how like and dislike come to be, how you cling and grasp at sense experiences. We are measuring them or defining them as pleasant and unpleasant. to your views, habitual tendency, and also conditioning. Where we are so conditioned into accumulating and accepting nice mental states or pleasant feeling. Whatever that is unpleasant, we try to push away. That's why the like and dislike, pleasant and unpleasant sense experience, they keep on manifesting. And these are mental hindrances. The first two, sensual desire and evil, and it will prevent you from entering the meditative state of inner peace, inner calmness, and inner awareness. That's why relax, maintain awareness, and silent. Don't try to know, don't try to do. Yeah, all the trying to know, trying to do come from the thought process. So when you don't do any of these, means you are not curious. You don't try to know and don't try to do, you maintain inner awareness and silence everything. And stay with the inner peace, inner calmness. Stay with your pure awareness nature to realize your true mind. That is how you stabilize your inner awareness. And this first three support is very useful. Relax body and mind, maintaining awareness, then stabilize the awareness. So if you can do that, your mind will settle down very fast. Then when you are mindful and aware, you can see how your habitual thinking, how your sankhara activity slow down, until it becomes like completely still, quiet, tranquil. Like there is a shift in inner consciousness. Like your conscious mind that has a lot of thought, proliferation or thinking or mental chattering and verbalization, all this start to slow down until it becomes very quiet and very still. When you can experience the moment of silence leading to the tranquility and the stillness, that is your true mind. When that arises, don't be curious and don't panic. That is a sign of good progress. That experience will let you understand that you have two minds. The tranquil, silent mind, which is your true mind. That meditative mind, that one can see things as they are, can insight into phenomena, and can awaken. Okay. Now I will let you develop the awareness-based meditation on your own. I will set the alarm for 30 minutes. Then after that, you continue with the training. And for those who have already developed the ability to be aware within and stabilize their inner awareness, you can move to the fourth support, which is trust. Trust. Trust your inner nature, awareness nature, to develop the meditative movement on its own. So you again do the same, silent, relax, maintain awareness, stay at the heart area, and let the awareness pick up whatever vibration or movement within. It can be a heartbeat or any pulsation within your heart area. Just let the awareness nature detect it. Then silence everything and stay with it. Means be with it. The awareness and the vibration become one. Then when you can do that, initially you can be aware of the internal vibration or pounding of the heart. Then you realize as you relax into it, silence everything, it starts to slow down, until it becomes very quiet and very still. Yeah. Then the internal movement will happen by itself. It will detect the gateway to your nature. Then a lot of things will happen. The yin-yang energy will melt and flow. Do not interfere with the thought. Do not try to know and try to do or direct that movement. When you do that, the thought arises again. So just let things be. Just let the awareness nature move on its own. Okay, you all can slowly, mindfully come out of the meditation. Try to maintain whatever inner peace, inner calmness and inner awareness that you have developed for as long as you can. Okay. Invocation to the Devas. In this universe in their entirety, let the deities or Devas come here. Let them hear the good teachings of the King of Sages which gives heaven and release, Nibbana. This is the time to listen to the teaching. This is the time to listen to the teaching. This is the time to listen to the teaching. Samanta Chakavalesu Atra Gachantu Devata Saddhammang Munirajasa Sunantu Sakamo Kadang Dhamma Kalo Ayang Badanta Dhamma Kalo Ayang Badanta Dhamma Kalo Ayang Badanta Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Iti peso Bhagava Arahang Samma Sambuddho Vijja Charana Sampanno Sugato Lokavidu Anutarang Punyang Amasarati Satta Deva Manusanang Buddho Bhagavati Swakato Bhagavata Dhammo Sanditiko Akaliko Ehipaseko Opanayiko Pachatang Veditabo Vinohiti Supatipanno Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Ujupatipanno Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Nyaya Patipanno Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Samici Patipanno Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Yadidang Chattari Purisa Yukani Atta Purisa Pugala Esa Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Ahuneyo Pahuneyo Dakineyo Anjali Pahaneyo Anutarang Punyang Ketang Lokasati Sadhu Sadhu Sadhu. Okay, you all can be seated. and we will continue from where we stopped. We are at Unique Dhamma Code 150. So turn to page 41. Unique Code 150. When mind comes into contact with the sense organ and their respective sense data, sense door consciousness comes to be, or sense door consciousness will arise. So this one is like the physics experiment. You have the battery, you have the what they call light bulb and the switch. So if everything is in working condition, you on the switch, the light bulb will light up. So the lighting up is dependent, originating, or condition arising, dependent on the three causes and conditions that are needed for it to manifest. So our mind functions similarly. So that's why in this unique code I say, when the mind comes into contact with any of our sense organs and their respective sense data, that sense door consciousness will arise or come to be, like the physics experiment. So the very lighting up of the light bulb is like you become conscious. So because we have 6 types of sense door consciousness, it's like we can become conscious of what we see, what we hear, what we smell, what we taste, what we tactily feel and think. So this is how we come to know the world. This is how we interact with the world. So without the senses, without the consciousness, we cannot do all this. That's why as a human being we are quite unique. Where we are a conscious being, capable of being consciousness. So you are a living entity, capable of consciousness. You are not like any of the animate or any made type of object, means element or metal, without consciousness, without life form. So understanding that part is very important. When all these causes and conditions come together, then it triggers the respective sense door consciousness. Then I read on the second part. Hence, all sense door consciousness that arise, they are all dependent, originating, just a condition arising entity or causal phenomena within nature. So this part is very important. You must be able to see this and awaken to it within your silent inner awareness. You can be aware of the sense door consciousness arising and passing away, and how the causes and conditions come together and how it manifests its respective sense door consciousness. When you understand this, this is the beginning of understanding your own self. We call it self-knowledge. You start to understand clearly who are you and what are you. What is this so-called 5 aggregate of form and mind all about? For our case, as a human being, that's how we arise. That's why we have a physical body that have the physical senses. Then at birth, we have a consciousness trapped inside. And together with the external sense data, they trigger off the 18th sense rhyme, or what we call the dependent originating consciousness. And we call this the mundane thinking, mundane mind, mundane consciousness. So our ability to become conscious, that how from that consciousness that arises, how we function as a human being. If you are mindful, aware, you can see clearly how upon arising of this respective sense or consciousness, then the brain activity, because of the conditioning, belief system, accumulated knowledge, views, opinion and conditioning, it starts to manifest and function. That's how you come to know things, through your perception. Upon arising of the respective consciousness, you can become conscious of what that thing is. It can be seeing consciousness, hearing consciousness, smell, taste, tactile or thought consciousness. When they arise through perception, you can perceive the external form. And the moment you perceive through your knowledge, memory, conditioning and belief system, you cognize it. That cognition of it is what perception is capable of at the moment of sense door, cognition or perception. Your views, opinion, conditioning and belief system come into play, and you cling onto it, grasp onto it, and you give meaning. That's why the content of consciousness goes in. Your like and dislike, pleasant and unpleasant attachment to the external form, external sense data that manifests, create the input of the content of consciousness. And that content of consciousness is very important, because the nature's law, the law of karma, the moral causation part, it immediately takes effect and manifests. That's why the content of consciousness has its moral and immoral content. So the moral and immoral content create karma, positive and negative. Without wisdom, your mind will stir, your mind will react to sense experience, conditioned by your habitual tendency, your conditioning, your belief system. All this mold you and make you what you are. So this understanding is very important. So coming back to the understanding of this sixth sense door, or what we call the arising of sense door consciousness, leading to the input of the content of consciousness, that trigger of the karmic process, or what we call the karmic activity or consciousness that set the karmic process moving, is very important. Seeing all this, you will come to understand a very profound understanding, like what the Buddha said. Mind is the forerunner of all things. Mind is chief. When mind arises, all things arise. Because this is how we function as a human being. We arise through the basis of consciousness as a conscious being. When consciousness arises, through our views, opinion, conditioning and belief system and even knowledge, we input the content of consciousness and we act according to this memory, which is not wisdom. That's why we create the moral causation, which is karmic. It is not wisdom. Before one becomes enlightened, you always act according to memory, which is basically your views, opinion, conditioning, belief system, and accumulated knowledge and experiences within life. So see clearly all this. But to see, to understand, you need sati or mindfulness, awareness. When you are completely silent and aware, you can understand how all these things comes to be. Then you understand clearly what this form of mind is all about. Literally understanding who you are, what you are, and how you function as a human being. How you manifest, how you animate into a living entity. Then how this entity, which is just a phenomenon, supported by causes and conditions, then you start to see each and every of these phenomena that arise and pass away. They are dependent, originating, condition arising, cause of phenomena, not a permanent, unchanging entity. They come and they go. That's why within our conditioned world, or existential world, everything that arises is dependent, originating, condition arising, cause of phenomena. Because ours is a conditioned world. Without causes and conditions, nothing arises. Then we look around, everything within existence, within our existential world, nothing is created. Everything arises naturally through the nature's law of dependent origination. Everything is condition arising, cause of phenomena. Without causes, nothing arises. That's why the Buddha said, whatever arises, there are causes and conditions behind. And these causes and conditions, he has already taught us through the essential Dhamma. That's why he said, the mundane mind that originated from our pure awareness nature, they are dependent, originating, condition arising, cause of phenomena, exhibiting the universal characteristics of anicca, dukkha, and anatta. See it clearly, awaken to it, so that you can develop the profound understanding of this teaching. Understanding this will awaken you. If you don't have sati, mindfulness or awareness, you cannot see, you cannot understand what is going on in life. Who are you? What are you? And how all these things comes to be. Actually, you look at the education system, the science and the maths and the arts or whatever that they teach you. They teach you so much knowledge, but they hardly teach you self-knowledge, understanding clearly who are you, what are you, and how you manifest and create all this phenomenal world of consciousness like a great magician, like what we have gone through, the 4 stages of creation through the 4 circle formation. And this is the beauty and profoundness of the Buddhist teaching. So what I share with you today, you cannot find in a normal Theravada teaching. Maybe you heard of the 6 sense bases, 18 sense rhyme, but nobody explained to you what these things are. And it's important to see that they are all dependent, originating phenomena, entity, with the 3 universal characteristics. So when you understand who are you, what are you, then you are not deluded. you are not deceived. You will not have the wrong view that you are a permanent, unchanging entity that can own things, have things, and possess things. There is no such thing. The very so-called human being or form and mind, they are condition arising entity or phenomena, karmically conditioned out for you to come to this existential world. Just a vehicle and a tool for you to come. Yeah. Vehicle in the sense that, like the physical body, it can take you around. Tool means you have the consciousness and its thought process, the mundane thinking mind. That is your tool to live life, to create the understanding of life, to comprehend life, and to go through the karmic process, and to do whatever you want to do in life. So all this understanding is explaining to us the secret of life, the beauty of life, the wonder of life. All this you cannot learn from the education system. You need to develop it through your own mindfulness within or inner awareness to awaken to all this. Then you see clearly and you understand clearly that despite aggregate of form and mind or the so-called human being, it's not what you think, it's not you, but it's related to you karmically. That's why it's karmically conditional. And because it's subject to karma, you cannot simply do things. There is a duty that you have to perform towards the law of karma, towards nature. If you don't understand that law of karma, if you violate that law of karma, you entangle yourself with the karmic process. Then your karmic nature will fall. Every moment, every instant, your life will be afflicted, miserable. Then all of the important, essential Dhamma teaching, Dhammapada verse 1 and 2, the Dhammapada verses 21, 22, 23, all this you will start to understand, become clear to you. Then all the other essential Dhamma, like the 5 mental faculties, the 5 mental hindrances, they are 2 pairs of opposites. The 3 evil roots of greed, hatred, and delusion. The 7 factors of enlightenment. Then the 7 stages of purification. Then the Paticca Samuppada, the Pancha Niyamas, Uttu Niyama, Bija Niyama, Kama Niyama, Chitta Niyama, and Dhamma Niyama. So all this, you will come to understand them clearly. Okay, now with this, maybe I can move on to the next one, which is very important. The next quote is connected to this, but it's very profound. Unique Dhamma quote 151. So this one you listen attentively and try to develop the understanding. To see beyond mind, one must have the ability to develop the direct seeing via the silent mind in pure awareness, to see things as they are without words, concepts or ideas. The mundane mind is consciousness and is content. And these two create the world, the phenomenal world of consciousness and form. So creation of mind is like what the Buddha said. You create the phenomenal world of consciousness through your senses, like what we have gone through just now. Your six sense door, they manifest as consciousness, and consciousness is the greatest magician or illusionist. They create illusion for you to see, resulting in the phenomenal world of consciousness, the chaotic phenomenal world of consciousness, which you don't understand and you believe this is real. And this is very interesting. That's why I wrote on the whiteboard. This phenomenal world of consciousness from the five aggregate of form and mind, the sense basis, it triggers the phenomenal world of consciousness and form, PWC and form. This is the conditioned world, or the existential world where we exist, where life, the universe, the movement, the karmic process, everything is. And this one entices the living being, lure the living being. But without Dhamma, you cannot understand. That's why it creates suffering. It's very chaotic inside here. You don't have the Dhamma understanding. Not easy to live life. Where you cannot understand life, you cannot live life. Yeah. So from the pure awareness nature, the mundane thinking arises. The five aggregate of form and mind comes to be. So this one is what we call the beginning of creation. Mind is the forerunner of all things, mind is chief. So this one arises as a thought. Then you input the content. From the pure awareness, it triggers the respective sense door consciousness, the pure consciousness. Then you input the content, it becomes the five aggregates of form and mind, second aspect. And this one as a consciousness manifests into the phenomenal world. You can become conscious of this phenomenal world through your senses. Conscious of what you see, what you hear, what you smell, what you tactily feel and think. The thought that arises, the perception, your views, opinion, conditioning, belief system, all this create delusion in you. That's why you attach, you cling, you grasp, and you hold, believing that this is real, this is exciting. Within this, you think you can be happy, you can be wealthy, you can be famous, you can have power, and you can do a lot of things. But if you are mindful, aware, and sensitive, then you realize this phenomenal world of consciousness, where life and existence is very chaotic, a lot of suffering, and human suffering. Animals, whatever being that exists, they suffer, miserable. There are so much war, enmity, conflict, misunderstanding. Like now, for no reason, we created the trade war just because of one person. And all this manifests because of causes and conditions that arise. And before that, already enough problem. We have our world having this so-called climate problem, pollution. Then all of the so-called nature's disaster, like the recent earthquake, earlier on was tsunami, then the great flood, the typhoon, the cyclone. Then together we have a lot of war, a lot of fighting, conflict. Then all the crime that human beings develop, the human trafficking, the drugs, the weapon and all those things. the military industrial complex. And of course, we have they call all the very wealthy one, oligarch. I don't know how to pronounce that one. They are the one that created the chaotic condition because of greed, selfishness, and the three evil roots keep on manifesting. The egoic mind that create the selfishness, the craving, the desire to own, to possess, to control, and to be wealthy, to be powerful. So all this, when they cannot get what they want, they get angry, emotional. That's why they declare sometimes war or whatever, and they use threat and all these things. Then in between, because of one's ideology, it divides the world into so many divisions. Division via race, religion, country, citizenship, and also what they call the collective entity, where you divide yourself into the East and the West, Asian, Western, the South, and all these things. So this is what existence is, what the phenomenal world is, what our planet at the moment is. And beyond our planet there are a lot more. So how to understand all this is to develop the understanding of this four circle formation, to meditate and return to the pure awareness nature, and to understand behind this is the source. Then from there, from the pure nature, the first thing to come out is our pure awareness nature, the true mind. Then this pure awareness nature trigger off through the form and mind, the five areas of form and mind, the mundane mind. And the mundane mind through its senses create the phenomenal world of consciousness. And this is how the Buddha said, mind is the forerunner of all things, mind is chief. When mind arises, all things arise. And all things, this manifests because of the karmic process. The law of karma interplay with the physical law, the Uttu Niyama and the Bija Niyama. Then the law of mind. The most powerful one is the moral causation, law of karma. Then the law of truth, the Pancha Niyama. Together, they created the boundary condition for this phenomenal world. So understanding this is very important. Then now I read on, hopefully you can develop the profound understanding. To see beyond mind, one must have the ability to develop the direct seeing via the silent mind in pure awareness, to see things as they are, without word, without concept, and without ideal or ideology. Mundane mind is consciousness and its content. And this is the mano, creation of the mind. That's why the Buddha said, this mind, when it arises, all things arise. Because this is the mundane mind, dependent originating condition arising, cause of phenomenon. That's why the Buddha, under Dhammapada verse 1 and 2, the opening verse, he said, mind is the forerunner of all things, mind is chief. When mind arises, all things arise. Then the next sentence is very important. The true mind is pure awareness before the knowing, before the perception, before the arising of consciousness and the thought. When wisdom arises, the phenomenal world of consciousness will have no power over you. And they will like collapse in front of you. So all this movement, they have no power over you. So the first part of this unit code is very important. To see beyond mind. So to see beyond mind, you must have this direct seeing, to see things as they are. So the last Thursday class, I taught you the basic. What is this seeing? So as we all know, through the sixth sense door, the three causes and conditions, the sense basis, the sense data, and the consciousness, when they come together, they trigger off the seeing consciousness. All the other respective sense bases can also give rise to their respective sense bases. So this one, when it arises, we have to learn to develop the seeing. So initially, it's mundane seeing. Then we have the direct seeing. Then we have the suchness seeing. So the mundane seeing, they will perceive things as they are. That's like kan san, si san. So this one, I say initially, you have to learn to see form. Then, to see the unreality of form. Then only we can see beyond form. To see beyond form, you must have the direct seeing via your pure awareness. That's why they are linked to the two unique Dhamma code, 150 and 151. So, learn to see form. If it's mundane seeing, then you see the external form based on your mundane perception. That's why kan san, si san. But when you develop the direct seeing, not the mundane seeing, then you can see beyond form and beyond mind. So to see beyond form, beyond mind, one must have the ability to develop the direct seeing via the silent mind in pure awareness to see things as they are without words and concept. You see, it is still the same seeing. When you see form, it can be mundane seeing, or that thing as it is, without word, without concept. That is direct see. Means see beyond that form. Kan san, pu si san. Then to see the unreality of form, you must be able to see its arising, sustaining, and passing away. Means the dependent originating causes and condition behind. That this is dependent originating, condition arising, causal phenomena. Dependent on causes and condition, they arise, like the table, the whiteboard, my voice, and everything you come to see and perceive. They have their causes and condition behind their arising. You must be able to see that, otherwise you cannot understand. That's why without mindfulness, you cannot see. You cannot understand what is going on within life. So all this is what the direct seeing or the pure awareness based meditation is all about, sati based. Without sati, you cannot see things as they are. And then you will be deceived by what you see. Because you use your memory, your brain to see. So acting according to memory is not acting at all. Because this is based on your belief system, conditioning, views, opinion, etc. And they are not wisdom. When you have wisdom, you can see things as they are, without being deluded by it, without being deceived by it. Then you understand this is not you, the form and mind. The permanent, unchanging entity that you believe you are, this is not. That is clarity. And you awaken. Once you awaken, you will not cling, you will not go. Then you know this one is like the physics experiment. Upon contact, consciousness arise. They come and they go. They arise and they pass away. They are all dependent originating phenomena. Moment to moment, they arise and they pass away. And the only reality is the present moment, which is so transient. Split second is dead and gone, no more. So how real can existence be? How real can life be? So see all this through the awareness, the pure awareness, your mindfulness, and develop the awakening. Then all this understanding will transform you, bring you out of that sakkayaditthi, self-delusion. Then you will not cling to this 5 aggregate of form and mind. You will know this is not real, not you. This is dependent originating, karmically conditional, related to you via the law of karma. You have to understand that and live life in accordance. Because within existence there is such thing as the existential law, the law of karma, or the essential Dhamma, the process, all they exist. But like the Heart Sutta, in true emptiness, all this doesn't exist. That's why when you penetrate the Dhamma, you realize true emptiness. You realize this whole phenomenal world of consciousness is not real, not what you think. Then you awaken. Then you understand life, you can live life. And when you understand life, you can live life, then life take a turn. It becomes meaningful, wonderful, amazingly wonderful. That's why in the Heart Sutta is mentioned, 真空妙有. When you penetrate through emptiness, life becomes wonderful. Yeah. And you can get to experience all the pristine beauty and wonders of life, moment to moment, within existence itself. Although it is transient, it's not so real, but there is such thing as life. Every moment can be so beautiful, so pristine, so wonderful. There need not be suffering. And that is what life is all about. That's why it's wonderful, amazing, meaningful. That's why you can live life to the fullest with this understanding. And there is no fear of dying. Who die? What die? And all this understanding is possible because of the Buddhist teaching, the Dhamma. That's why there is the profoundness of Sakyamuni Buddha's Buddha Dharma, the Buddhist teaching. And as a Buddhist, you are in fact very blessed, very fortunate to have this teaching to guide you, yeah, and enable you to understand life to this extent. Yeah. The mind-right creation can be understood through mind. And you only need to know that you have two minds, the true mind and the condition arising, mundane mind, the creative part. So this 4 circle formation, together with mindfulness, you can develop the understanding. That's why the Buddha say, within this phantom length body, along with perception, mindfulness, and thought, I proclaim the world, the cause of its arising, the cessation of the world, and the path that lead to the cessation. Means within this phantom length body, there are 5 areas of form and mind, the first aspect. You can understand the Four Noble Truths and develop the enlightenment and the awakening. And the Four Noble Truths is basically the essence of the Buddha's teaching. And from there, all the essential Dhamma spin off to transform living being, to let living being understand the secret of life. Then when you understand the secret of life, you understand life, then you can live life, then life becomes wonderful, meaningful. Yeah. So all this summarizes what you need to understand. Okay? So now we come back to our second session, which is meditation reporting, followed by whatever question that you may have, or you can also add in to what we have shared today. Then you can also maybe share on whatever Dhamma understanding in daily life that you have gone through, so that others may learn.
Just now, Brother Teo mentioned about direct seeing.
Yes.
I just want to find out further. This direct seeing will come when we have pure awareness, is it?
Yes. When you have stabilized your pure awareness, then you can have that direct seeing. You can see things as they are. Means now you can also check before you have the stability or awareness. You realize that every moment of consciousness may be seeing, hearing, smell, taste, tactile or thought process. I use the example of seeing is very easy. Because when you see, you immediately perceive. You go and check, true or not?
Yes.
Huh?
Yeah, normally it
Not
happens
normally.
like that.
Not normally. If something you haven't seen before, you got no word, but you are curious, you still want to know what that thing is. But you cannot silence your mind and stay with the pure awareness to see things as they are. And to do that, you must be like a newborn baby. You know what is a newborn baby, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
They got no memory, isn't it?
And they don't name
Yeah, no
whatever
word.
seen,
No
no
word,
name.
nothing. Because
Yes.
their brain is clean slate, blank. They have no knowledge. They don't know what that thing is. That's why they are very cute, very nice. They see things as they are. Just the color, shape and form, but without the words. Seeing things as they are. Like this Buddha Rupang at the back of me, the Kuan Yin or the Buddha image up there. Before you perceive, you see the thing as it is. Understand? No word, no concept, no views, no opinion, no conditioning, no belief system, nothing. Just that thing. So you see the direct seeing, you see things as they are, understand or not? Without the words, without the concept, the idea. And everybody see the same, understand or not? Of course, some with color blind, they cannot see that color. Apart from that, everything is just that thing without the words. So how you label it, perceive it and describe it is up to your belief system conditioning, your views and your opinion and your knowledge. That's why you call it by the name. As Buddhists, we know it's Kuan Yin image. If you are not a Buddhist, maybe they say it's a statue, maybe a female statue. Then the Buddha image, you know it's a Buddha where you are a Buddhist. Of course, some non-Buddhists, they also may know. But when you can have the direct seeing, there is no word, no description, no concept, nothing, just that thing. A better example is the art. When you see a piece of art, no need to describe anything, just as it is. It's like the baby when they see. So the direct seeing is like that. Seeing things as they are. Means the mundane seeing say, this is an art, this is an image. Or like the mountain, the Mahayana say, 看山是山. When they see mountain, mundane seeing, they say that is a mountain. But when you have the direct seeing, you see things as they are, there is no word. No word means what? No mountain. Nothing. You cannot label. Then you see that thing as it is. The direct seeing, you must be able to see it after you have the memory the conditioning, the views, the opinion, belief system, everything, with all those in your memory, and yet you can see like a baby. And that is the direct seeing. That is the stability of awareness. When you are aware, you see things as they are, without the word, without the concept. When you stabilize your inner awareness nature, you can do that one. And that one is like very clear to you. And, oh, really? Nothing inside there. Everything come after. That's why I say sati or mindfulness is awareness. You aware before the knowing, before you perceive it, before you cognize it. That is the direct seeing. So now, hopefully, with this, you understand clearer. Then when the time comes when your direct seeing arise or your pure awareness nature stabilize, then you realize everything you see is without the word. Here is in sati, everything without the words. Means the phenomena and the awareness move as one. There is no perception, nothing. There is just the awareness, like the moving car. No word of the car. The awareness that observes the phenomena that move. That is the direct seeing. You look at nature, the tree, without the word, without the concept, everything just the way it is. Then when you are mindful, the one I teach you when you wake up, all those things, you realize later on, you see, without the word on the movement, how your awareness be one with your kaya, how you move and all those things. Everything is like in harmony, in synchrony. No word, nothing, no concept. The awareness and the kaya activity move as one. Then when you stand, the kaya and the awareness as one, standing aware, walking aware, all your hand movement, physical activity, phenomena, aware. Then how your hand go and take the toothbrush, how you move on to the toothpaste, how you open it, how you take it, then how you close it, put it down, all fully aware. Then how you rinse and brush, fully aware until you finish. You can do this with awareness. You realize you don't think. Otherwise, you think all the way. When you wake up, all the thoughts go all over already. Then you try to remember today you must do what, who must you meet, and what other things. So all this is, you are not with the moment. You are heedlessly lost in thought, thinking, heedless. But when you are aware, hardly any thought. Everything is just with the moment. That is what sati is. That is what daily mindfulness is. That's why I say when you train, you become different. This is heedful living. No longer the old way where you think a lot. The normal human being without sati, they cannot do it. They think a lot. And because they think a lot, they react and stir their mind a lot. They worry a lot. Because the more they think, the more worried they become. Because there are a lot of things haunting them, unfinished business. Their life is in disorder. Because so much problem haven't resolved. So much duty, so much activity, so much responsibility. Then they have to confront old age, sickness and death, their health, their financial problem, their relationship problem. They have to do their duty as parent, as children, as their profession, a teacher or accountant, or a staff, or a CEO. So all these are the things that you hold on to, cling on to, grasp on to, and your thought process is like all over. Because there are so much things for you to do, especially our present civilization. We call it the information age, IT. information technology, the IT age, so much information need to be processed, need to be dealt with, and need to be updated. Everything need information now. The banking, the commerce, the even data to store all our citizens' biodata and all those things, your passport, all they use chips. So when it comes to so much processing, you realize the human brain is not enough. The human brain is very limited. That's why with the advance of internet technology, the semiconductor, the chips, and all the memory has become more and more powerful, and they can process things so fast. So that is what the world is all about. That's why the mind that don't understand will corrupt and will cling. And like our world, our society is like very chaotic, and life is like very hectic. Things move so fast. Like Sui last night, she said when she was working, wow, her schedule is full. Every day, so much thing to do, meeting and all those things. To attend to so many things. Because to earn a living, to have a career, to fulfill your duty, your responsibility. This is what society expects out of you. But when she retires, it becomes so different. She can do what she likes. Live life according to what she wants. That's why if you have the understanding and the means, you can retire early or semi-retire to do what you like to do and to really live life. You don't have to subject yourself to all this chaotic phenomenal world and become like so involved. It's just like a lot of working people. Even my son also told me, because the higher your position is, they pay you so much, they expect you to deliver. That's it. That's why he say, after office also have to attend to many things. And sometimes weekend also, not your time. You have to do a lot of things. But this is the reality of life and existence. So if you are mindful, aware, observant, you can see all this and understand all this. That you realize the Buddhist teaching is very beautiful. It can help you in so many ways. Then when you have this awareness, understanding, you realize you can become different. When I was at the age of 35, I connect and I develop the understanding. Then I continue to work until I retire at the age of 46 plus. That 11 years. I was able to do it. Actually, my job is very hectic. It's like a madhouse. They say you put 10 engineers also not enough. But I did it, and I can resolve it because I have the understanding, and I does not cling, grouse, attach, worry, and create unnecessary thinking and problem. Because I can see things as they are. Like the newspaper, 90% is rubbish, not important information, so not worth reading. So why you go and hold on to all this and create all this? Sui, you want to share? Let Sui share.
Good evening, Kayamitas. Just something to add, because there's one example that came to my mind as we were discussing the seeing form, the unreality of form and seeing beyond form. The example that I personally came across was that as I was growing up, the family did not have a habit of hugging each other, especially children hugging parents. Somehow, it's just not in the culture. I was not brought up like the Western style where hugs were often. But as I started to live away from home, then I realized I I miss family more. So at the airport, it's more natural, can hug. But when I am home to hug for no reason, I noticed there was a wall, somehow like very awkward. Then at that time, I didn't think of it as seeing beyond form. But now in hindsight, when I reflect back, how I eventually now I can hug, I'm fine. But when I try to see what actually changed, I think I became more observant. I saw my dad, my mom, for it's like old man already, old lady already. It's no longer the mother figure, father figure I had in my mind, the authoritative figure, cannot get angry, cannot do anything wrong, and then where got people hug one, all these thoughts, the unreality of this father form, mother form in my head. I realized that I could discard this.
Yeah,
so in a way,
the conditioning,
being able to see beyond that kind of form helped me improve my life. This is just one simple example. I hope it can help.
Sadhu. Wai Fun, you can follow?
Yes. Yes.
So at least you listen to this again, then you can get a better understanding. Then be patient. When the time comes, you will understand my words. Then you will have a lot of joy. You will like, hey, really, yeah? What Brother say is true. Can see things as they are. Really, no word on. Then
Hopefully that day will come.
sure, come on. Maybe at the retreat you will see it already. Because it's very easy. It's not difficult. When you understand, when you silence your mind, relax, maintain awareness, silent, stabilize it. Once it's stabilized, that awareness nature was sitting as the one. Then you realize your seeing become different. The awareness is behind all your seeing. It's no more the consciousness that perceive. That one is the mundane creation, mundane manifestation. That one is full of conditioning, belief system, views, opinion. That one, the old habitual tendency, they create so fast and they attach, cling and lashes onto things very fast and chatter inside like commentary, the reaction, the stirring of the mind, the like and dislike, the pleasant and unpleasant reaction and stirring. Then you realize slight thing, there is aversion, there is dislike. Then you want to comment, how come that fellow do like that? Why that guy for no reason? All these are the internal thought activity and movement. Then when you understand they are just the way they are. But for us to live life in existence, the existential reality, the convention is there. So there are people who still live life that way. So you have to reach the suchness seeing, the third level of seeing. Kan san, yu san, means you go back to normalcy. Thing is just the way it is. Yeah, they comment, you also acknowledge, understand, no harm. Doesn't mean you must act as if you can see things as they are all the time. You can see, you understand, that's it, finish. Then you live life. And life is to be understood and live. Then you can blend in. You don't have to be very weird. Otherwise, when you transform, then you change, and you do all those things without enough understanding. It can give rise to unnecessary misunderstanding and conflict. So sometimes you go out, you become so Buddhist now. You say, hey, this one break precept, cannot do. So when you start to do all this, I tell you, your friend all will go away. They will not dare to come too near you or know you. Because you try to push your so-called Buddhist view or understanding on others. You cannot do this, you cannot do that. They are just the way they are. Why you want to entangle yourself with all this? That's why I got one classmate, my age, about 71. After he retired, he become very good. We talk about our children, all those things. He said, now, at his age now, 71, his same age as me. He said, now, what Trump say also, he is not concerned already. Hey, why you want to waste time? Then he said, we have enough things to deal with. And life is so much better and simpler, he said, without all this coming in to cause you all the unnecessary stress and fear and worry and all the problem. But you know what is going on. Well, this is life, this is civilization as well. Then we laugh. Then he said, our children, their life, let them decide. So how their children want to name their children, let them name. Don't have to follow our tradition, our what they call passed down from generation to generation. What surname, keep middle name. No, not necessary. We are their children, their life. Let them live. Then he told me what I said, like that more peaceful. Otherwise, he saw a lot of family because of small thing argue and relationship become very bad. There are sometimes different religion, especially if their children marry non-Buddhist or non-Chinese or whatever, then it becomes like a big issue. So avoid all those things, because the world is the world. People are just the way they are, conditioned like that, things be like that. So be more tolerance, be more acceptance. Just let things be. After all, not so real. He know you, he know me. No one born, no one die. It's your understanding. So when you develop all this, you transform, you become different. Then you have less issue, less conflict, less problem. Otherwise you hold on to a lot of things. Like I used to share Kanyamita, living being when they are young, they happy-go-lucky. Then when they grow up, they start to worry about study or those things. Then after they complete their study, they graduate, they worry about their career, their financial freedom, and also whether they are successful or not. Then after they grew up, they got married, then they worry about having ability to bring up the family, to own a nice house, buy some nice car, can go for tour expensive, or what they call affordable travels and all those things, and live the good life. Then after they grew up, the children grew up, they not only worry about their health, their finance, they worry about their children. Then later the grandchildren, I saw a lot of them. So that is not life. You keep on holding on to all these things, clinging on to all this. That's why my dad classmate was my very close friend in the uni. But he is not a real Buddhist in that sense. But he has good understanding. As he retired after age 60, he become very different. Last time when he was working, career time, he very aggressive. I tell you, the contractor all scared of him, and the subcontractor and all those things, even the staff, they see him only, they try to avoid him. And that time he was notorious, of course also successful. But then, after he retired, he becomes so different now. Then he always tell me, he said, "Ayo, at our age, with our understanding, we shouldn't be doing all this anymore." That's why now he appreciate all the gathering, the once in 2 month gathering and all those things. We are among university mates, we still gather and have our dinner, then we interact, we of course discuss things and chat. Last time is more about politics, career and all things. Then now, more towards the health. Then we talk about life, joke and other things. So as you age, you evolve, you transform, you change. So when you have the Dhamma understanding, you can also transform the third stage of seeing, suchness seeing things as they are. During that time, no right, no wrong, no conflict, nothing. Everything is just the way it is. Then you can accept the world for what it is. You accept living beings for what they are. And everything is just the way it is, suchness. Then you understand, condition like that, things be like that. No need to be upset. No need to be unhappy. Thing is just the way it is. So you can be at peace. You can just shut your brain, go into the peaceful sleep and relax, maintain awareness, and just relax body and mind and silent. And all this become very easy, not a problem at all. But I heard a lot of people as they age, they cannot sleep. They got insomnia and all that. For me, very simple. I want to sleep, I just sleep. So when your mind has the understanding, it's no longer holding on to things, then you got nothing linger around or cause you to attach and cling. That's why Krishnamurti called that you live the life of order. You understand, then you don't have disorder. Means you don't have problem, you don't have conflict, you don't have to worry about anything. Everything is in order, fall into place, because you can accept things as they are. Everything is just the way it is. Condition and that things, it has to be this way. That is the reality, what is suchness. Then when you understand all this manifestation of phenomena, the universal characteristic, following nature's law, then everything is just the way it is and fall into place. Then you can be at peace with all situation or condition, and your mind is very cool. So that is the sharing. Even Sui shared one also the way she understands it, which is good. That's why you break the barrier of taboo or what they call paise or no more, because if there is the convention, is what you feel you need to do, because it's to appreciate the moment while they are still alive. If you love your parents, spend more time with them, express your feeling, your love or whatever. Don't after they pass away only go, I should have done this, I should have spent more time with them. All this is no more a reality. The reality is when they are still around, alive. You really have the understanding. You should develop a lot of love and compassion towards your parents, because they sacrifice for you. They give you life. They bring you to this world existence, and they support you in so many ways. And they really care, love, and sacrifice so much for you. When you are young, it's not easy to bring up a kid. Now my son start to learn, going through the process. He said not easy, but he learned. He has a lot of joy. Last time they take for granted how parents look after them. They don't know. They got no idea. So now they realize, wow, so much thing on it. It's not easy. Then when they are so small, anything can go wrong or sometimes. So much thing to worry about. Well, you cannot understand. They cannot talk. So they just cry. And they are so like small, but very cute. Nowadays with all the camera, everything, or you can video them, you can take the shot, and it's really very, very interesting. That's why this era, if you can have the means, you really can live the good life despite everything that happened in the world. So don't let them affect you. Okay, Wai Fun. So hopefully that answer what you need to understand of the direct seeing. Then what we share is an extra understanding for everybody to develop it. Brother Wong.
Here, yes. Hi,
Sadhu.
Brother Teo and the rest of Kalamita. How are you? Okay. Perhaps I wanted to share about the I have some experience before. It's some sort of like the mind is not just judging anything. I don't remember saying that that is right or wrong. But like in my old office, when they are my colleagues who are talking, discussing things. So sometimes when you see them discussing, you normally I will start to say, hey, what are they talking about? Are they discussing about work or? But in that split of moment, I don't even don't have a judgmental mind at all. Don't even think of what they are discussing. That is very peaceful. Whatever people say in their commotion.
Yes, you can be
Yeah.
with the moment in silent inner awareness. All those things that they say or do will not affect you. You are just aware, and they are just the way they are. But this one need understanding. Later on, with the understanding, you will develop the experience differently. With the experience and the understanding, you really want to know, you can know what they are saying, but you know it is frivolous, not important, understand? But these are the daily chattering or manifestation of your colleague and living beings. They are just the way they are. But it doesn't mean that when we have the Dhamma, we isolate ourselves, we don't do anything. No, we just understand it. That's it. That's why when you understand it, you just go about doing your thing. Then most of the time, for me, if I'm working, if it's my own free time during lunch break or what, or I come back early from my meeting or what, I will go into my own private room. Then I will silent and just meditate. Then, of course, if I got anything to clear, I will clear it first. Then my secretary is very good. She will remind me, then put a note on my table, who called me and who left behind what message, and all my appointment. She will write it down there. Then when she see me in person, when she knew I acknowledge and go into my room, he will not disturb me until I open my door at 2 o'clock or 2:30 if it's Friday last time on the government site schedule. And she will come in and bring the file, everything, then explain to me, then let me understand what is needed to be done. So all this, you will know what to do. Then you will become very efficient. You can like do things very fast because of your mindfulness, your clarity, and you don't hold on to things, worry about things. You resolve one by one, you clear. Then no matter how urgent also, that thing come, you look at it, you understand it, then you make a decision, then you move. So all this become very natural to me. Then the whole madhouse become an orderly house. No more issue, no more problem. That's why in life, in career or whatever, you can actually go through them, experience them, understand them, and become very different. Anyway, thanks for your sharing.
Yeah, thank you. Sadhu.
Sadhu. We are at your this phase. You can do that. Consider good already. At least you can have some moment of like self-awareness, not entangled by all those things. You got any question, Brother Wong?
Yeah. The question, I think I have more question when I attend the retreat. Yeah.
Can, no problem. Retreat a lot of time.
Yeah. Correct.
Today, this topic you can follow or not?
Yeah.
The
Yes.
unique code 150 and 51. They are very profound, very beautiful. You can follow me. It's very good.
But I still cannot detach away from the thought process. Like when Brother Teo was saying about how to not to relax feeling, and I tend to extra careful observing the thought. It's like
You forget about the observation. That one is by the thought. You
yeah.
just relax. Recently, there is a video, I think, by who already? Chin Hao or what? On lying down one.
Yeah. Okay.
You go and listen to that video.
Yeah,
It's very good. At the retreat one, somebody was asking, because he said at the retreat that the word strike him now. When he was listening to all the sharing and the video earlier on, the word didn't strike him now. He said, relax, maintain awareness, and silent. Wow, that silent really strike him now. Then he can do it now. Then he go and try the lying down now. Before that, he do the sitting one. He hasn't done lying down before. He's a new yogi. Then after that, she had very good experience. And she settled down so fast now. He said, so much easier than the thought-based one where you sit and note and do all those funny things. Cannot settle down the mind. That's why that one you need to focus, concentrate, note, and do all those thought-based approach. Because the healer's thinking mind wander off very fast. You need to anchor it. You need to have an object of meditation to fix it and to focus or concentrate and note so that it does not wander off. But he said, relax, maintain awareness, then silent. Why? He just relax, maintain awareness, and silent, and don't want to know. Then the mind settle down. So for you, you have been so conditioned in the noting, you every time think that without the noting, you are not meditating, you are not doing vipassana. That is the conditioning part that is making you resistant to the new way. Because the new way, no need to know. The knowing or the noting is always by the thought. Awareness-based means not supposed to be active in your thinking. You're supposed to relax, then don't do anything. Maintain awareness means don't do anything. Stay with your true mind before the thought arises, before the thinking, the stirring, the perception. Stay with it, maintain awareness, then silent, completely silent. Whatever arises, let it arise, finish, silent. This is how you decondition the healer's thinking. That you realize that habitual thinking start to slow down. Slow down. You no longer give meaning. It's not important to you anymore. Think also like that, don't think also like that. Then why you want to think? Then the mind will settle down.
Okay.
Means you accept the reality of whatever happened, aware, finish, silent. So relax, maintain awareness, and silent. That's how he got it, and very joyful after that. He gave that share. You go and listen. I just saw it. I think today sometime.
I think this morning.
This morning. So you go and listen to it. It's very good.
Thank you.
Sadhu. Thank you.
Maybe I do a bit of sharing while waiting for Sister Eng Bee.
Okay, good.
Because I have the condition that I thought I want to share about
sadhu.
Awareness-based meditation. But from my personal experience, when you have a very good formal meditation, meaning whether lying down or sitting down meditation, and you are able to realize the true mind and stabilize it during the formal meditation, then you will be awakened. And this awakening is very, very profound and very shattering. You cannot, how you say, don't know one. No. is very profound. You
Yeah,
will know, you will
because it's
understand
very
what's
penetrative.
yes,
Very
yes.
penetrative.
Yes,
It
the
will
word is
awaken you
penetrative.
on.
Yes, yes.
Yes, like your
Very, very
nature.
penetrative.
Your nature suddenly awaken on. Like
Yes,
everything become clear, so clear.
yes. So after you had such a so-called experience or realization, right? Then when you go into the daily life, daily mindfulness, you'll be able to see it very clearly also.
Sadhu,
Because when it
sadhu.
happen, when it
Yes,
happen in
yes.
daily life, you see the flux of things, the
Yeah, yeah,
changing,
yeah.
the so-called anicca, you
Correct,
see
correct.
the
The
flow coming,
impermanence. Yeah.
Yes, the flow coming, you see keep changing, then you
Yeah,
suddenly
yeah.
you
That
you will
characteristic is very clear to
yes,
you one. It's
you will see
like
that
moment to moment, the thing arise and pass away. All the activity, they are all
yes,
dependent originating. Even the perception of it.
yes,
Then the passing away of the perception and the consciousness that arise and the passing away. Then how you know thing is through your consciousness, through your perception. Then you realize all these are dependent originating entity. Sadhu, what you describe is very true, sadhu.
sadhu, sadhu,
Yeah,
sadhu.
very
Yeah,
good.
it's true. Through your cultivation in
Yes.
formal meditation, and then when you go into life, you will see all this happening.
Yeah, unfolding.
As a
Yeah.
flow, yeah, unfolding a flow,
Mm.
and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
from this flow, right,
Mm.
and you will penetrate even deeper in the daily
Yeah.
life.
As you
You can
contemplate, you penetrate deeper. Yeah.
yes,
Then
and
everything become clearer and clearer. Then you stabilize your understanding. Then the thing
yes,
is with you in your nature or no. No need to keep
yes,
in the memory.
yes,
It
correct,
will
correct.
prompt you whenever you need to understand. Very
Exactly,
good.
precisely. That is
Mm.
how it works.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
don't need memory to say
Yeah,
I
no
must
need
do
one.
this, I must do that. It will tell you, prompt you, you will know what to do one automatic one.
Sadhu,
It's
sadhu,
just like
very
that.
good.
It just happen like a flow like that, no?
Yeah, yeah,
And then
yeah.
when it happen, you I mean after it happened then you say, hey, how come like that, And
Yes.
you feel like, oh, something interesting happened and I know what to do, and
Yeah.
it protect you, brother. It
Yes,
protect
yes,
you.
yes. It will
And if
protect
there is
you. Yeah.
something, and if something bad, so-called bad, expected,
Mm.
or how you call that, something bad hit you, right? You can
Yeah, you will
overcome
not be
the
affected
suffering.
one.
Yes, you
You
will
can
overcome the
come to
suffering
term
very
with the
easily.
reality. Yeah.
Yes,
Then
you
it
can
will
overcome the
continue to
suffering very
manifest.
easily.
Yeah, very
You
easily.
kind of like protected lah. I don't know how to
Yeah,
say, but
yeah.
it's protected. Yeah, protected. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
So
Sadhu,
that
very
is
good.
the most marvelous part of the awareness-based meditation. You
Yeah,
get
yeah, yeah.
protected from
Yeah.
any danger, lah. Any danger. Maybe I won't say suffering, but any danger. So that you will ride through, like you ride through it
Yeah, yeah,
safely.
yeah. And
Something
you
like
will
that.
have no fear one.
Yes, yes, yes,
Then
yes.
later
No fear.
on, you will come to understand all this is like meant to be. Sometimes it's like a test that you have to
Yes,
go through. Because your understanding is there already. Then it will arise the causes and conditions to manifest, to test you. And no matter what happened, you will not be affected. I remember I was tested when I was in the year 1989, after I have the awakening, the understanding. I remember my mother got heart attack. Then my son compound fracture. Oh. And both also admitted to hospital. My mother was in ICU. I took my mother to see my classmate doctor. Then he straight away tell me, this is heart attack. He say, I give you a letter, immediately you go admit UH. Yeah, my sister is a government servant at that time. So immediately admit. Then ICU, then she recovered. Then my son also same, compound fracture. Then the mind, like when I received the phone call from my wife, nothing inside. Like that's the way things are. condition like that, things like that. I told my wife, don't worry, wait for me at my classmate's clinic. I say, I will come and meet you there. Then he gave me a letter again. Go to UH, admit, and get a specialist to look at it. Then that time I was lucky because I was working in University Malaya, and the faculty of medicine was under me. The doctors all they live in the government quarters that I actually set up for them. So I got a TA, a very experienced TA who worked there, and he tell me not to worry. He said, till you come to the ward, the emergency, then you wait for me. He said, I will do all the paperwork for you. He said, yes, give me your son's name. Then he registered for me. Then when I was there, he get the appointment, everything for me. Then immediately the doctor did an X-ray, the specialist. Then he said, compound fracture, need to do the surgery immediately. So we did. Then everything fall back into place. And within 1 or 2 days, I think, my mother stabilized. My son, compound fracture, operation finished. He slowly recovered. That was the test. But nothing else can test me already, except my own son, my mother. So all this, it will come out. Therefore, your case also, you went through very severe test, which was very beautiful.
Yes. I think once you reach a certain level of cultivation, the test keep coming, to test you, to test you whether you can go
you
through
can
right
go
through
through or not. Whether you
whether
have
you pass or fail,
you have the Dhamma to let you develop the understanding to not be affected or not. That's why the Buddha say, this teaching, this realization is pacitang, can be realized by the wise each for themselves. That's why you can describe it and confidently understand it, is because it is pacitang. No need to check with people, no need to ask people. There and then the cultivator will know. Because like you described just now, the direct seeing, then you see the characteristic. Then it's like, how come like that? It's so beautiful, so wonderful. But that is what pacitang is. The direct seeing, and can only be realized by the wise, each for themselves. Otherwise, you cannot understand all this one. And it really penetrates the awakening one. And you realize, like the aha moment, suddenly you realize, very penetrative, the awakening. You just awaken to it. It's like you see it. All of a sudden. All this world cannot see, but suddenly at that moment, the thing just fall into place. Then you just awaken. That's why I use the sharing that time. Like my refuge teacher, Shen Hua said, enlightenment and the non-enlightened is just like the flip of the palm. The moment you flip over, you awaken. Before you can develop the understanding, you cannot flip on. It is just the way it is. Your Sakayatiti will actually, what they call, keep you in chain, like a fetter. They hold you down. But the moment you understand that fetters gone, rooted out, then straight away everything becomes clear. Then you become so different. Okay, very good. We have to end already. Poh Cheng, thank you.
My gratitude to Brother Teo. We have a very great teacher, wise teacher that teach us the right Dharma, the true Dharma, that's why we can pacitang. Thank you, Brother Teo.
Sadhu. Let us rejoice. Sadhu, 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 with all the sharing and the question. They are very useful for people to develop the understanding and the learning. So let us share merit, transfer merit, then we end. Akasata Chil Bhumata Devanaga Mahindika Punyang Tang Anamo Ditwa Rakantu Loka Sasana Etta vata camehi sampadan punya sampadan sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampati siddhya idang me nyatinang hotu sukhita hontu nyatayo idang me nyatinang hotu sukhita hontu nyatayo idang me nyatinang hotu sukhita hontu nyatayo devo astatu kalena sasa sampati heto cha vito bhavatu loko cha raja bhavatu dhammiko imina punyang kamina mame bala samagamo sattang samagamo hotu yawa nivana patiya sadhu sadhu sadhu. Okay, you all can now mindfully pay your respect to Lord Buddha, Kuan Yin Bodhisattva, and all the worthy one. Then we end. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Yeah, I thank Brother Wong just now for nominating me.
Yeah.
And thanks Sister Poh Cheng for
Yeah.
taking over.
Sadhu, yeah.
Yeah,
No
because
problem, yeah.
just now when Sister Wai Fun, is it?
Yeah, Wai Fun, yeah. Chan's wife, yeah.
Yeah, because I was suddenly like very sleepy or kind of.
Oh, sadhu. So you continue to meditate.
I went to lying down position.
Yeah, sadhu, very good, yeah.
So when Brother Wong was calling my name, I was a bit far away from my device.
Yeah, no problem.
I couldn't reach on time, so I thank Sister Poh Cheng for taking over.
Yeah, sadhu, meant to be, yeah.
Sadhu, thank you.
Sadhu, thank you. So next time, if you feel that you still need to continue to meditate and silent, just silent, no need to come and answer, no need. So don't worry. We are that one.
New people, but still I worry they misunderstand or what.
Oh, don't worry. Luckily you come and clarify, but we will understand one. Because when you are in that deep state, sometimes it's good to just silent, shut it off. No need to do it. Then later on, when you are out of it, when there is condition, like now, you can share, which is very good. Very, very good, sadhu. Because when you are in that state, means the body and the nature know. You will condition you to go and lie down. Because that is the time the inner nature need to move and need to do the so-called transformation and whatever. So just let it be. Because sometimes Alicia, they also do it. Sometimes after the meditation over, we supposed to slowly, mindfully come out of the meditation. She will continue to lie down. Then when she continues to lie down, my nature will know, just let it be. Then I will not call her. Then just continue. Then after she had enough finish, she will come out, then she will share. That's why all this can manifest, which is very, very beautiful. Sadhu. Eng Bee, thank you.
Thank you. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Yeah, good night, Sadhu.
Our dear brothers and sisters in the Dharma, shall we put our palms together to say sadhu 3 times to Brother Teo and Mrs. Teo for coming all the way to share this beautiful Dharma with us. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Sadhu to Sister Sui for fetching Brother Teo and Mrs. Teo, conducting the Zoom session and doing the recordings. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Sadhu to Sister Wai Fun, Brother Wong and Sister Poh Cheng for the beautiful sharing. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu to Brother Tune and Sister Pamasuri for providing such a conducive environment for Dhamma sharing. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.